Everyone, my name is James, and today I'd like to share my personal thought on the AWS certifications. I passed all the 12 certifications, and it took around 2 years to complete it. The reason why it took so long because I really didn't study really hard, because I I do have a work, uh, although it's not an excuse, but it's really hard to uh, maintain a work life balance. But if you are a student or you do have your you can concentrate well enough, I think the time can be further reduced. And um, so simple retrospection. The first question is, does it worth preparing for these exams? So my short answer is no. Why? The first The first reason is that it's not performance based, although I know there are some labs, so-called labs, introduced in the new version of the exam, but those labs are is uh, kind of brainless. It's like really simple configuration. So so uh, it really cannot distinguish between who is really good at or those architecture or or and yeah, or it can only provide validation that you know some basic configuration setting, you know how to uh, do simple configuration on S3 or Lambda, etc. And the second one is the minimal score is just too low. The minimal score is like 75%. So if you correspond it to your GPA at school, it's like B minus. Some it varies, but it's like the B or B minus. So it's really uh, considering the discrimination between expert or mediocre people like me. It's really hard to tell these two groups apart. The second question is, if you or I can only take one of these AWS exams, which is the one to go for? Sorry. So I would say that is the one for the advanced networking, because although it is AWS specific, but in during the preparation process, you can learn some really basic concept, or like software-defined network and load balancing, auto-scaling, etc., which can be applied to not only AWS but also other clouds. Yeah, uh, you really don't have to prepare, uh, buy the exam to study these materials. You can just study these material by yourself. So unless you want to bother someone on bother bother your connections or the public with the LinkedIn message like, "Oh, I'm glad to share that I passed," blah 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 blah. So it's kind of an annoying, but if you are a student or whatever, impress someone else, you can do it. Yeah, I just I just personally I don't like it, but that's fine. So the final question is what's the recommended materials? Personally, I although the official materials you can find the official materials on the AWS certification website. You just type AWS certification, and you can find the training certification, get training, and most most of the materials are free, and you can just enroll in the online classes, and it will be I'm not sure whether it is really sufficient, but most of the like the courses outline most of the uh, important key concept that will appear that that will appear in your exams. But personally, I took the courses provided by a French guy uh, named named Stefan Mahek. He provided some really good courses on Udemy. So personally, I would recommend that you go for it. Yeah, but if you have other means preparing this exam, that's fine. That's it. So I'm currently preparing for the Google Cloud, and it is expected to I expect to finish these exam like during the summer, and I will upload a new video concerning Google Cloud. Aside from Google Cloud, I'm also preparing for the Kubernetes exam, but that will be after Google Cloud. Yeah, that's it. Have a good day.